All right, we're back live again. Should be. Yeah, okay, we're live. Cool, cool, cool. Give me about just a minute, y'all. I don't want this to be too long, but I gotta put this on my social. I'm gonna put the archive on my other Twitter as well. For those that have known me for a while that are listening to this later, yeah, I'm not using my what y'all have known me for. If you were in the art sphere, entertainment sphere, I still love fighting games, but that's not everything I am. And yeah, you'll see, you'll see as as I'm doing this podcast. That's the whole point of it, really. Obviously, the goal in life is to make money. Well, not just money, but have enough to not be living paycheck to paycheck. I think that's very th- even as a kid, I knew that was always a priority that that was you, you need money, you need resources. Everyone needs resources. I'll put this in here. Is it like a podcast channel? I'll just put it in here. Okay. Bam, bam. Recording mine first. Had to talk a family real quick. Yeah, instead of having just game audio, something be to the goal here is honestly just to have a kickback kind of chat. While I'm I guess you can call this story time with Uncle Merrick. You know what I mean? Essentially, that's what it's gonna be. But instead of just holding everything to myself, I still am going to do my project and everything in the future. But for now, I'm you know just gonna share what I shared. These episodes won't be longer than 20 minutes, at least for now, because I don't want to take up too much of people's times, and I also, I want to get to the freaking point. So yeah, all right. Let me. Can I bust open this chat this way? Let's see. Bust open this chat. Oh, I'm so stupid. Yeah, where's the chat? What's the chat? Damn, it's somewhere around here. Ah, YouTube. That's the mini feed. Okay, but how do I get the chat to pop out on freaking whatever. Anyway, so yeah, good morning, y'all. It is the 17th of June, 2024. Uh, I was I've just been kind of resting in the last year because for those that didn't know, I uh, I was working a temp job at the end of 2001. Well, I was doing some temp work in various IT companies uh, at the time when I was still in Atlanta. I'm back in Georgia now. Have been for a while, but yeah, I was doing a bit more streaming and everything. I had a bit of a rotation in my life lined up, if you will, and so I was like, all right, well, let me pursue these arts. But housing's always been, unfortunately, an issue in my life. So yeah, contrary to proper, to what it appears, I grew up in a very very abusive home. Uh, I know I seem like stainless, perfect, or I'm fetishized in a unhealthy way, you know, and that's something when you're resilient and you've had no choice but to be strong, you display that. So essentially, this podcast is for y'all, for those that actually want to better themselves, care to get to know me a little bit more. You don't know me, we don't know all of each other, but you know, it's for us to learn more one about each other, because the I'll be honest here, the atmosphere politically, it's been very tense, uh, especially in the Western Hemisphere, with all this centrism. I can't pronounce right now. I just woke up like about an hour ago. I'm having some energy drink as we speak. I'll put the timer on right now and do this. Put the link on. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Got some good players up, because I love the mother King of Fighters, bro. So that'll never change, ever. But okay, here we go. Bam, bam. Got this. Paste this here. Okay, my story, and then I'll just show them this one right here. Yeah, doing this social media shit is a lot, but once I get into the swing of things, I start liking it. But I'm not, I'm not. This not a. I can't see myself being like a full time like content creator, streamer or whatever. Just because me personally, I'm more of a. If you hear my commentary, you can't really tell. If you heard my commentary, you're like, damn, this dude is he's pretty relatable. He's pretty lax. Da 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 da. Well, that can be true. I could play with the I can read a room. Sometimes I don't feel like doing that. You know, I just like to. And that's why I've always kind of been in serious fields like IT. Uh, I've done customer service jobs and engaged people, because it would seem like I'm introverted. Yo, what's good, S Black? Yo, what's going on, brother, man? Yo, I was just playing some Smash this weekend too. I busted out your GameCube controller, homie. Happy Men's Mental Health Month. You know, splash a little bit of toxicity and self care in that. Yeah, I got a little KOF on the mix, but you know what I mean. Just as it's just background imagery as y'all hear the smoothness of my voice. Hopefully the audio's good. I've got a pretty decent mic and the gain is not too obnoxious. But yeah, so I've been doing stuff for a while. I guess I'll start going back to what I was saying with politics and stuff. Um, I love I love video games. I love this stuff, but I've noticed certain entertainers and people I grew up with watching, like, people gonna do what they gonna do for a paycheck, right? Well, I get that. I feel like certain the vid I can't the vid really separated people. It was a divide and conquer tactic that was unfortunately successfully utilized. So with that, there was a lot of separation between me and other people. And as the first episode, I just want to say, what's good, Yoshido? Good morning, brother. Uh, I just want to say, yo, most of y'all I ain't got beef with, especially if you ain't do me dirty. If you did something immature, you know what I mean, like playing with other people's emotions or whatever, that's on you. You gotta hold. I got mad love for all of y'all. Trust and believe. Like my thirst levels drive me more than, oh man, this person did me wrong right here, this and that. Nah, I'm an oldest sibling. If y'all didn't know, a lot of my friends I met later on in life did not know. Yes, I am in fact an oldest sibling. Uh, I have two younger siblings. I share my mother with. I share a mother with. We have different fathers. They have the same dad, but yeah, it's 5 to 6 years apart. They are. So for those that knew me in my past, and if you notice, oh man, he's kind of mature. That's why, because I was I was an oldest child. So if you see how I carry myself, yeah, that hopefully the hopefully the light bulb clicks. Ooh, like he's going in, but that whip though, man, whip is she's definitely she's been a contender character for a year, at least now since that patch with what's his name, Kim came out, or before Kim came out. man, if we see more of this character, I'd be super afraid. She's got her weaknesses, but you know. So yeah, I just I noticed with all this politics and stuff, people like, oh, Democrat this, Republican that, Trump is racist, this and that, and if you know me, you know I have my views, right? But uh, I'll say it here. I'm of the belief that maybe because I'm an exception, I think humans should have in developed societies should have limited government, if no government at all. But for the sake of me being a smart person, smarter than the average, uh, we need the dummies. The dummies need a little bit of a hand. Okay, the dummies and the less motivated. So to fit in and to fit in to community, a commune, if you will. I don't believe in giving people other people just reaping the benefits of others' labor for free. I don't. You know, as so I grew up as somebody seeing you know the labor of good-hearted and good-natured people being taken advantage of and just being not respected. So I'm really big I'm really big on if you could work for yourself, not just entrepreneurial, but if you could get up and you have function and most of your body parts are functioning, there's no reason people should be, people's hard-earned blood and sweat, their tax, their dollars they make from their skills, their taxes should be going to you when you're capable, you're perfectly healthy and capable of working. That's where I stand, first off. Now, I do believe those who might have a bit of a, wow, that blowback hit cross up. Yo, the 1415 engine is something with that Unreal. But I do believe that, oh, again with the cross up? Jesus Christ. If you could work, get off your ass, Like, unless you're somebody who has a plenty of resources and you inherited, like, like you inherited resources from relatives or somebody that your parents, aunt, uncle, whatever, widow, that they dead now, something like that. No, and even then, you should want to, you should, humans should. This is just my belief. Should strive to have people do the least amount of work for them as possible. And what I mean, not to say that you don't deserve a break, right? But if again, so if you're hungry, right? You might not feel like cooking or whatnot that day, but if it could save you some money and if you can control what you're eating, why not just get in the damn kitchen, cook for 30 minutes to an hour, take some time, because I bet your ass got some streaming services paying for more than Hulu or more than Netflix. Well, you're paying for one of them probably more than likely if you're working a job. You get off your ass and make some food real quick. That's your date. You know, talking to ladies too. Get off your ass, learn something. Everything's on YouTube. Let me tell y'all how, we are so fucking spoiled, yo. I have a vape pen cartridge, right? And I know you gonna fuck with this, Steven, because you my guy. I had a broke vape cartridge, right? It was not working for 2-3 days. I was like, man, I was gonna be a punk, a buster, and not figure it out. But I was like, wait a minute, I got a toolkit. I could open up I could open up computers and PC parts and stuff for it. I can find something on YouTube combined with this and fix this motherfucker. You know what I did? So after 2 days of research, I cleaned out the clogged chemicals and the thing, and I looped the wire back onto the hole that it needs to go into, and voila, presto, it worked again. Oh my god. And it's like, I'm technically not employed, y'all. I guess this is my job right now. I'm on a job hunt. My resume is going out there. I'm doing my thing. I'm studying for my Security Plus. I am taking the SYO 701, not the 601. I took the 601 May 8th last year, 2023. That shit was hard. Doing that with a full-time job, I wouldn't recommend it. Dude, I literally went urban city muck mode when I went to Maryland. Fast forwarding, rewinding, backtracking to that. So yeah, I was working for this employer. This is how this podcast is gonna be spontaneous as shit. My ADHD is showing, but it's I want y'all to enjoy this shit. But yeah, so I was working there, And then I had an opportunity to go out there and appreciated Jashido, you too, brother man. Um, I was in Maryland from the end of March 2022, and by that time already, I had interviewed with I could say it now, my employer, Comcast Business. Uh, I was working for them doing technical support and some mobile upsells for things and stuff like that. I don't want to tell too much. Aside after that, it's been a little while since I worked for them, but I don't know what the fuck gonna happen. But yeah, I went up there. I was trying to, I was doing some little jobs here, driving trucks here and there. I did that like 3 days. It wasn't consistent enough, even though the pay was fucking good. I would drive trucks from I would like go to like the edges parts of Maryland, and I would drive to like Virginia. So I did a little bit of traveling out there, even though I was like mostly monking, you know, and I met up with some of the FGC, Bullet Will, Spratley, they came by, Lud came through, my my young one of my apprentices, DC Rami, yo, I love you, well DC Terry, I love you Rami, you my guy, yo. Boom, Amito, I had some people come through, and some of them local, some of the local hood peoples that was, they was, look, they was that Mother Nature. That's all I'm gonna say. You already know what that means. You know what I mean? But yeah. So it was cool out there, but because I knew nobody, I don't know. Like, I took an opportunity to just focus on my job and focus on my, really advancing my career, and that is something we lack as a society. I would say today more. A lot of our solutions to problems we have, it comes in the solution straight up fucking discipline. Like, I had my car. I literally packed most of my belongings I had in Georgia, and I put them in a fucking U-Haul truck, bro. I put them in a 10-footer truck, and I had my 2005 Honda Accord attached in the back of that bitch. I drove for 13 fucking hours from goddamn Clayton County to fucking Pikesville, Maryland. That was a long that was a fun trip, but it was long. And honestly, as tired as I was, I could have went on more too. So I don't know, bro. If I wasn't in IT, I think I would have drove trucks. I like being out on the road like that. I really like that shit. It's fucking cathartic. But yeah, I was dealing with some situations there, getting closure on things now that I've had closure with, like going back to the image of my, I guess people fetishizing my blackness, things I can't control and whatnot, thinking I come from this kind of family. When I went to Maryland, it was like 2 years since I last talked to my sperm donor. I don't talk with him because this dude let me be exposed to a lot of fucked up elements in my upbringing. And, that's not to say that people make, I could forgive you for making a mistake if you make a mistake, right? But when you keep disrespecting me, or if, you're putting me in situations that are just, they're very hazardous for my health, I'm going to take it as you don't give a fuck about me. And so, yeah, even talking about it now, my body gets reptilian. uh, so yeah, nah. Thanksgiving 2019 was the last I saw that dude and his third wife. I don't really fuck with them, and I don't. As much as I love my aunt, his sister, I don't fuck with her either, cause she knows what she did to me. I ain't gonna go there and say what, but she knows exactly what she did to me, and she minimized the pain I felt because of my sperm donor's absence in my childhood. The years where, I'll tell y'all something too, for those listening. Hey, for the fathers that are, y'all know how it is to kids, after they like 2.5, 3, kids are fast as shit. Like, they are very observant. Like, they pay attention to everything you do and say, and when they're in the vicinity. So be careful with that. It's just been, I remembered a lot of stuff, and that's, I spoke with somebody recently. They're like, "Yo, your memory is a fucking superpower, dude. A lot of people can't remember the stuff you could remember." And I was like, "Really?" It's like, "Yeah, that's a talent." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." So, yeah, my life has been profound. I've been getting into astrology. Yes, there are consistencies. I think astrology makes more sense to me than Christianity and other beliefs. I like Buddha. I like Buddhism as well too. It keeps it for how I am as a person, how my brain works. Because I'm more of a data processing type dude. Like that's why I'm in IT, and that's why I do things with graphs, charts, numbers. Because I'm a as emotional as I can be. You know, you'll hear that in my commentary or when I'm just like kind of shooting and chilling. My default is logic based. So knowing that, it you know it's my guide towards what I should tailor my best strengths to in order to make the max amount of profit and make the most positive changes I can. And it's during my time in this human experience. So yeah, for me, going back to the logic based thinker, for me, when I see, when I experience things where, man, you know, I've been given this title, old title, because it has been a year since I've had my name legally changed to Merrick Jaden. I kept the middle name. If you know it, you know it. I'm not gonna say it, but yeah, I feel so proud of myself, even with a lot of stuff just kind of like crumbling in my life. You got to have some ego deaths, and you got to go through the cyclones of the spirals of life to evolve. And fast forward, it's been 4 years since I've talked with my sperm donor, a year since I've talked with his sister, my aunt, and other people as well. And I bring those people up to say, if I used to fuck with you before and we never like beefed on bad terms, you just left me on red or whatever, it's cool. I ain't taking no offense to it, because all that showed me was redirection on, hey, you need to love yourself. Remember those traumatic events that happened when you were a teenager, and you had a really good track on life, and then the people who were bored played around with your life and decided to move you again, and you said that guy is dead. I finally that was in 2005. That'll be for another episode. I'll get more intimacies and intricacies of that. But yeah, that's why I changed my name. I never liked my name because the people who ascribed me my name did not do the duties they signed up for. And for me, it was traumatic hearing my old name from other people, because my brain would always just like associate it with like somebody wanting to just like manipulate me, or like, oh, they need to take their frustration out on me. That was a hard pill to swallow. So, and I didn't even have the name I wanted in mind yet. Well, I sort of did. I had the first name Merrick from Yu-Gi-Oh, because I've been watching Yu-Gi-Oh since 2002. I watched it on Kids WB back in the day. The last name, I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I knew I wanted to have a J still. But I was like, what other than Johnson? Because I hate this name. Like, just thinking about that, oh God, it just makes me cringe. It makes me seethe. Um, so yeah, I officially came up with the name when I had a Facebook page in 2021. I was like, all right, Merrick Jaden, that's gonna be my new name. Finally, from 2005 to 2021, it finally all like clicked for me, and I'm freaking proud of myself, because it shows the divorce of my old life and setting my healthy boundaries, y'all. It's okay to set boundaries, whether that be you going homeless in America or doing other shit. You know what I mean? Listen, if people aren't there who sign up for a duty of your existence, you're free to live life how you want, especially when you work legit. I've worked a lot of jobs. I I'm such a fucking grinder. I was a full-time college student working two jobs as well, a work study job, and I was working at Staples. So I know about a fucking grind. Like, I've been in the United States military at a point. I've done a lot of shit. Graduated Air Force basic training. That was a time in my life. Yes, I still have my stuff somewhere in my storage. But yeah, no, it's you know, it takes a lot of courage to live the life that we feel we deserve to live, and you got to give it to yourself, because no one's gonna give it to you. You know, we have to treat others. We have to show others how we want to be treated. You know, that old saying, "Oh, treat others how you want to be treated." No, no, no. Some people don't care about themselves, so you have to show others how you need to be treated. That's that was wrong. That was wrong. Things we heard, because there's a lot of grown ass kids out here. Ask me how I know. My parents, my genetic contributors, grown ass kids. Yeah, but you know, going. I'm not gonna keep this shit going for too long. I'll probably put one more match, couple more matches on here. Don't want to bombard, but man, this shit fun. Just chatting and shit. No judgment. um, it's the changes we desire, they are in ourselves. You know, that stuff we're afraid to do. The your greatness lies, it lies beyond what you're afraid to do. Like asking that lady out that you think is she seems a little bit open or whatever at your gym, or at, I wouldn't say your workplace. I wouldn't say your workplace. And if it's at the gym, as long as it's not a lady working there, that's cool. Or a dude working there, and you're getting ladies, you getting your working out, that's cool. Because you don't want to, they're not single, or they have no interest, and it's just fucking awkward. Those are situations where it's like, oh, you work here, I'm gonna let you. You know what I mean? There's power dynamics to this shit. don't yeah. But point is, don't assess the risk, and determine. Okay. Can I? How can I take the risk and get a reward? I look at my life like that. Like, I took the risk of going to Maryland, where I knew fucking nobody, and I dealt with some more generational trauma. I am a black sheep too, you know. So dealing with that for the love of my past bloodline and things that people have done for me in my past and my future. And I kind of knew that stuff was going to come to me before, especially before I started working, because the situation was I'm gonna say too complicated, but there was a lot of moving pieces, and the circumstances for which I would be living there. It was I essentially had to clean up the entire most of the property there. But man, it was I had some space. I'll say that, when I did have the space, so it was perfect. I worked remote. Uh, Once I got used to my job, after about 4 months, started studying for my Security Plus. You know, I cooked my meals, not every day, because I was making money, and I have a job. I don't feel like cooking every fucking day. That's impossible to do. Uh, but I cooked most days. I would order out like 2-3 times a week, 4 sometimes, depending on if I got like a bonus check and shit. You know. But yeah, you gotta that I hardened myself so much in the discipline. I'm like, man, I went somewhere I didn't know nobody. I went through this stuff to get to a living space where I could like isolate myself. I studying. I pursued self studies while I was working at a stressful job and environment. I was making my own meals, and I honestly had put a pause on my dating life, or endeavors to date, because as I will say, I don't think, it's not that when we're broken or whatever, we don't deserve to have happiness or relationship, right? But I think it's more difficult to attract what naturally you might desire in your vision. And that's another thing, you got to write stuff down. Like, with all the ladies I've met, I like a lot of them. Would I honestly could say I could only be like in relationships with 2 of them, though, because like maturity wise, I would be doing a lot of the lifting. And as far as money, I work my own jobs, and I live not super minimalist, but I don't need to buy clothes every month. I don't need to every other month or some shit. I don't even go outside like that. But I don't mind some physical activities here and there. You know, get the blood running, start sweating, doing things. But yeah, so I just kind of detoxed from a lot of that stuff. It was just focusing on my life, and that let me be more powerful. Uh, Definitely could have done things better transitioning back to Georgia, but it's fine. You know, life is life, and I've been in much worse situations before, and it's gonna work out. But you know, having that discipline that I took to, okay, I secured this job. Now I gotta, move to Maryland. I got this place to live in. Okay, this is space and time away from my relatives. And funny enough, one of my relatives was like, "Oh, I knew you was in Maryland. If you knew, then why are you so, you know?" Cause tell you something else about people. People who want to know where the fuck you are and not doing nothing for you, they don't care about you. They surveilling you. That's what they doing. Cause they want control of you. They want that it's a domination game. It is. And so you got to show them now. You're not gonna dominate me. Whether that mean you go. People call me crazy because I got boundaries so strong now. I use my Second Amendment rights. That's all I say. No I got no fear utilizing my natural American born rights. And if anybody makes your life worse or threatens you or has a history of doing things, oh, express that right to them. See how quick in line they get. Yeah, it's like that. You got to do that because some people are just they're evil and they're stupid because they're lucky. So you have to, that's the grown up equivalent of a belt. When you a kid and at least us '90s kids and like before we could relate. We all got our asses beaten and shit, you know. But yeah, I'm not gonna keep too long now. This is about the end of this match. But yeah, y'all, I just want to say again, happy Men's Mental Health Month. I might do another episode. I might do another episode. Maybe the end of this week or something like that. Cause this is pretty cool. Um, it's not too. It was
Oh, nice.
Here we go.
Good mix up. Good mix up by Strider there. Oh, drops the combo, though.
Oh, but get damaged anyway. Catch Malik hitting
Gets
buttons
it.
once again.
Gets it. Oh,
Last
you
hit.
still got to. Oh,
Malik, man.
You can't take that. You can't take
Strider.
it, brother. You can't take it.